welcome everyone to video this week. From the previous video, I've been getting a lot of questions about how do I mark up my support and resistance, because that seems to be something that people struggle with. So right now, I'm just gonna go through my whole process over marking support and resistance zones. And why these zones are basically important to the market. So the I'm gonna hide this real quick and make it a blank screen. Okay, so support is a floor. So support is where you see price tend to do this. It comes and it will bounce up, and it'll come and it'll bounce up. So think of this as candlesticks. It will do this. It's a floor. It supports price. It says price you can't break through this floor. Resistance, on the other hand, looks like this. It's a ceiling. Think about a house and a ceiling. It says price cannot go above this area. You are struggling to break through this area, such as this. So, just to start off, when I am looking for support and resistance zones, I am looking for exactly that, a zone. A lot of people get caught up in having a specific line that says, okay, support and resistance is here. Support and resistance is here. And that's not necessarily always the case. It's zones. So I'm going to show you all how I identify these zones. So let's go back. Okay, so there's different types of zones that I'm looking for. Okay, when I start, I'm going to show you again on my chart where I'm actually marking them up. But I always start on my day chart, and I go to the 4-hour chart, and I also use the weekly and the monthly just to see, the strength in the market, the overall strength in the market. But I start marking up my support and resistance zones on my daily chart and my 4-hour chart. But I do it on the line chart and not on the regular candlestick. And I'll just show you guys again what I'm looking for when I'm on my day chart and when I'm on my 4-hour chart. So some people have a lot of support and resistance zones. I like to get my most important zones. And what I'm looking for is when I'm on that line chart, I either want perfect touches like this of support and resistance areas. I'm not looking for necessarily just support areas or just resistance areas. I want my line chart to have where it's support on one side and resistance on the other side. That is the only valid areas that I'm looking for. If it's just like this, for example, if it's just support like this, then that's invalid to me. That's not like, I'm not worried about that. Okay. So I'm looking for, like I said previously, I'm looking for perfect touches where it touches perfectly on both sides on the day chart. Okay, looking. Or because, like I said, it's zones. It's not always specific. I'm looking for support that'll do this, and resistance that'll do this, to where I'm marking up my line specifically, and it'll all make sense, like I said, once I dig deeper into it. Or I'm looking for areas where it may have small gaps on both sides. So, such as this. So perfect touches, like an overlap in my lines or these little gaps on my line chart. So let's look at it. A real case, real scenario. So I have this line chart here, and you want to look at where price is currently. So price is right here currently. So you don't necessarily have to look way back. You just want to see current price and what it's doing in these areas. So let's do our first example. So if I take the crosshair and I'm looking here, you can see that this is the area of support and resistance. And I'll show you exactly what I mean. So this will be more of an overlap. Okay, let's examine this. You can see where the lines came here, made support here, made support here, made support. But you can see right here, it came up and made resistance. It came up and made resistance. It came up, rejected it, and made resistance. So like on my last example, you can see that this is a forward. These little sharp movements right here, that's a forward. That the price struggled to break through. This right here, then you see it push back up, that's a forward. Then right here, you can see where price came up, it rejected it, and it came down. Remember, that's the ceiling. It came here, went down, that's the ceiling. It came here, went down, that's the ceiling. So that's one. So what I typically like to do is create zones in the market. I like to create a zone on my day chart. So here's another example. Price came here and pushed up. It broke through. The next time you see it comes to this area, it creates that ceiling. You see, it came here, and then what did it do? It went back down, and so forth. And I'm just going to keep doing this until I create about 6 of these zones on my charts. Okay, so here is an example of more so like a little gap, more so probably a perfect touch. Yes, more so perfect touches. And I'm going to just keep reiterating it so y'all can see. So right here, you see it came down and it pushed up. It came down and retested this line. I don't know if y'all can see this green line because it's blue, but I have a green line here. You can see it came down and it pushed up. In retrospect, you can see right here, it retested basically and pushed down, making that resistance. You can see it came here and tested and it makes a resistance and it pushed down. So right now I have 3 zones. Let's make about 2 more zones. And we'll go 4-hour chart. So from there, so let's see. Okay, perfect. So same thing. This is the overlap. So you see here, it was support. Right here was support. So it came down, price pushed up. It came down, jumped off the floor, pushed up. Like I said, again over here, it pushed up, but it rejected this line, went down. It came up, it rejected this line, and it went down. Came up, rejected this line, went down. indecision areas. Those are points where price are struggling to make decisions in those areas. It's making it support areas, but it's also making it resistance areas. So I'll take the cross here, and I'll go down, look for another zone where you get created. Okay, this will be my last one. Just to reiterate one more time, price came here, pushed up. Price came here, pushed up. On this side, what did it do? It tested this, making it resistance, and then you can see it push down, and then you also have support here. And you have a little, resistance there. Down to my 4-hour chart, and now what I want to do, those daily zones that I marked up, I want to mark up zones within them. So I want to mark up from here to here, here to here, here to here, and here to here. The reason I want to do that is because I want to mark up those support and resistance areas within those daily zones that I already created on my chart. And so what I want to do is I typically like to make them another color. So I'm going to end up making it red. And I'm still looking for those indecision areas within this zone, within this daily zone. So these green lines are my daily support and resistance zones. Those are where price will support and resistance. So I would come here and I'm going to make this green for my 4-hour. Make it red. So you can see price came here as support and pushed down, but then you can see within this zone, this green line to this green line, you can see it also with resistance came there. Okay. Now I can clearly see here where it was resistance, but also support. I can also see it here. Right here, it was support. It was that floor. Right here, it was that ceiling. And like I said, I'm going to keep going down. Doing the same thing. Over here, it was the ceiling. Was the ceiling. Was the ceiling right here. Over here, you see, it was a floor. Have another zone. And this, guys, just comes with practicing. This right here is the overlap. It came through it, but that's still a zone, right? You can kind of go down here if you want to. This is a gap. This is a gap. 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 Right here. And you really want to take your time with this and make sure that you are doing it correct, because these zones are important. So now that I have that, I have all my support and resistance. My green is my daily support and resistance. My red is my 4-hour support and resistance. So typically, your day chart is going to be stronger than your lower time frame. So price is going to be stronger in those areas. That's why I want to use the different colors so that I can identify it. So then you'll go here and you'll go to your regular candlesticks and you can see that my chart is clean and it all matches up with the regular candlesticks. Okay, so now you can see how it looks, and you can see how price rejected these zones clearly. So you can see that when price came to here, up to here, which this green is my daily, you can see how it consolidated, meaning it moved from left to right. It wasn't a trending market. It wasn't moving upwards, and it really wasn't moving downwards. It was moving side to side. So it hit this daily resistance zone, And yeah, it passed it, so I just didn't mark that because price was way down here. But you can mark it. We can go ahead and we can mark that here. Mark it up here. Okay. So you can see where price started out here. What did it do? It hit this ceiling because this is resistance and it pushed down. It hit the ceiling and it pushed down. That's a higher level of resistance within this zone of resistance. The stronger zone of resistance is here because you see how many candlesticks where you see all those weeks. You can see all of these weeks in this area where price rejecting and consolidating. So reject, 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 rejection, 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 right? So, like I said, the thing about that is when you see price rejecting these zones this hard, it's gonna push down. It's gonna push down. Okay? And then you can keep going. You can see it again. You can see where price was resistance here. So you see these candlesticks, it was rejecting, rejecting, and then what did it do? It retraced here, and you can see it break through. But you can also see here, it was support. It was a support zone. You can see the candlesticks coming here, going up, coming here, going up, coming here, going up, coming here. Then what did it do? All the way up. And it finally broke through, right? So you see this as an area of support. You see price, you see the candlesticks bouncing off this support, jumping off the floor, going up, right? Jumping off the floor, going up. So what'll happen is typically your previous support areas will become resistance areas, and your previous resistance areas will technically sometimes or most times become support. So you can see it break through as support. So let me give y'all an example. You see it come here, test, and the candle close above this line. It comes here, test, and it comes here, close below this line. Finally break through this support. Boom. It creates another level of support, but as you see this support created, you see it comes back and now makes this a resistance right here. So it comes, right? It comes, it breaks it a little bit, and then it pushes it back down. Breaks it, breaks it, breaks it, boom. Now this is resistance. And you see it come back and test resistance. And what did it do? Made support. It felt this support, and what did it do? It came back to this previous resistance zone. Okay? So that is how support and resistance work. You can see it come here again. Resistance, resistance, come down all the way here to the support. Engulfing candle. Come down here, make support. It fails it, it fails it, it fails it, goes back up. Finally breaks through here, creates a little support, comes back, make resistance. That's all support and resistance is. And so let's go over a failed support and a failed resistance. And I'm done. What's the difference between the two? How do you know if it's actually breaking support and resistance or if it is testing support and resistance? A lot of people get this confused. Okay, so here's a perfect example. Right here, the market is testing your area. It's testing. It came down, it respected this line. It came down, it respected this support and went up. It respected this support and it pushed up. Right here, this is a break. And why is this considered a break of support? Because this candlestick, this first candlestick came and it closed beneath. Then this second candlestick, yes, it went up and retested, but you see it closed here. It closed here. So you want it to look, let's hide this real quick. This is how you want it to look on the difference between a break and a test. So let's say this is a support. You want that candlestick to come down and test it here, and then that next candlestick, you want it to do this. That's a break of structure, guys. This is a break of support. Anytime you see that candlestick come down and it closes here, and that next one opens here and it pushes down, that's a break. And then what's going to happen after this break of support? It's going to come back and it's going to retest this, and it's going to make that resistance like this. This is what you're going to see the candlestick doing. And then you're going to see this engulfing candlestick, meaning it's going to be a whole bunch of body and really no wick, confirming that this is a break of structure. And then you're going to see it continue to drop. Oh my gosh, I just removed the whole marker. Okay. And then let's go over how to look if it was a resistance. So if it was resistance, break, you'll see the candlestick go up and test here. It'll close here, and then you will see this next candlestick break out above this resistance. Then, like I said, you will see it come back and test and make it support. Test and make it support. And then you will see that engulfing bullish candle, meaning it'll be a whole green candlestick. It'll be a whole green candle. It'll be a thick body, and it'll be no really wicks. Okay. I said I accidentally deleted the whole chart markup, but that's okay. So, like I said here, as you can see, it's literally doing exactly what I just said, right? It's a perfect example. Let's really dissect this. So, as you can see, you see this support. You see how price tested this line. Wick, go up. Wick, go up. Wick, go up. That's 4 failed tests of support. It's going to push up. And this is how you can identify support. Anytime you see this, where you see this bearish, bullish, bearish, bullish, bullish engulfing candlestick. This is an engulfing candlestick. When I was talking about engulfing candlesticks, you see how there's really no wick. It's all body, right? It's all body. So you can see how this created this level of support. But then here, when I was talking about those break, this is tested, this is broken, right? The reason why you know this is broken is simply because of this. You see this candlestick close beneath this previous area of support. And then what did I say happened? I say it comes and it tests here, but then it closes, it pushes down here, right? And then what did I say? So this is the close of this candlestick. This is the break. And what did I say happens next? It goes and it creates this as resistance. So it broke this support. And then you're going to see it go back and retest this as resistance. When you're looking for entries, that's what you want. You want this retest. You want this retest. You don't want to get in here. You say, oh, the first candle closed below. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and hop in. No. I wanted to retest this and make it resistance. Then I want to get in. Then I want to follow this move back down because it might retest it a few times here, and then it may drop. So that's what a break of structure as far as support resistance looks like. Okay, that's an example of support. And you can see an example of resistance. Where we did that. Okay, we can look at this example in here. Here, where it was support and resistance. Okay, like I said, how can you identify this as an area of resistance? Because you can see, let's see, for example, this is an overlap, okay? So just because prices, this is real examples. Okay, you can see here, right, where you see this bullish candle, and then you see this right here. You see where price comes back down here, right, and closes here. This is how you know this is a test and not a break. Because like I said, you're going to see this candle go and push up here, right? It's going to break. It's going to close. Typically, it's going to go up and close above this previous week, meaning that it's really breaking. That buyers are taking over this seller's zone. In this case, you don't see that. You see it come to this same level. Because remember, support and resistance are zones, guys. It's not a specific, like this specific line. So you're gonna see it come and it's gonna level out with the top of this bullish wick. Then you see it come down and it close here. That's a test. That's not a break. It does the same thing here. It comes up, it closes here, but you can see it never breaks this bullish candle that it formed. And what did it do? It push down. So I don't consider that a break. That's just a test. It's just testing this area, testing this area. And like I said, you can identify by that bullish, bearish. On resistance, you're gonna look for bullish, bearish. On support, you're gonna look for bearish, bullish. Okay. So same thing here. This is a test. See, it did not break this bullish zone. It wicked, but you see it came down and closed here. So all those are tests. This is news. So I'm not even worried about that. That's news. But now we can see when it broke. Remember I said previous resistance, it makes it support. You can see it here. So here you have this test, and then boom, you have this bullish, engulfing all body candlestick. So that's a break of structure. This completely broke through this resistance. What did it do? It came all the way back down, like I said, and it retested, making it what? Making it support. Now you can see this candlesticks tested, pushed up, tested, pushed up, tested, pushed up, tested, pushed up, tested, pushed up. Right? You can see this bearish, bullish, up. These are quick little moves you can catch in the market and make money off of these moves just because you can identify your support and resistance zones. Okay? So that is all I have for support and resistance. I really hope this made sense to you all. And if you have questions or comments, leave it in the box below in the comment section. I will link all my Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. I will link that in the description box so you can contact me on there. And this is my support resistance video breakdown, and this can help a lot of people. I know it can if you really understand basic raw market structure. Again, like, comment, subscribe.